Hey St. Lucia, what's up? Thank you for joining us. You're watching This Morning. Of course, I'm your host, Chayla Mendez, and I have Joe and Curbs here. They make up Ecstatic Entertainment, and I know all you'll know about them because they are the defending champions for Heineken Green Synergy 2015. So, how are you guys feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling real good about, defending our championship, which is 2015, Yeah, we're coming in with good spirits, and we put in some good work from the day after we won Heineken with Synergy up until now. So, yeah, and he could tell you about that. So, we're pretty, sure that we're going to bring out something way better than last year.
All right, fantastic. Now, Curbs here is the hype man in part of the team here. So, I want you to tell us about the experience with Green Synergy. How's that been for you?
Well, the experience of Green Synergy has been very special for me. As a hype man, I got a lot of experience with my DJ. I mean, we got a chance to travel after our championship, getting a chance to meet these international DJs. For example, today we had a workshop with Scratch Master, and I've been watching his videos online and personally seeing him in person and him giving us a one-to advice as to what to do and what not to do. That was very special for me.
Great. Now, I'll bring it back to Joe though. Last year, how was your experience with the competition?
Well, last year it was something real special because of the 2014 Heineken Green Synergy competition where I didn't make the finals and I was really disappointed. So, I went into 2015, with like some high spirits and hardcore training and stuff only to make it to the finals. That was my aim. I wasn't focused on winning, just got one stage better from 2014 to 15. And, I got something a little extra, I got to win it all, Yeah, but that was something real special, yeah.
Now, with Green Synergy on a whole, undisputedly, it's a platform for advancement for our local DJs specifically. So, how do you feel about that?
Well, actually, I'm looking forward to advancing because, like I just mentioned, we met Scratch Master in person, and that was a very great experience for me. Because, like I told you, I usually watch his videos, and I asked him about one of the tricks I saw in his videos, and he actually performed it for me, and that was very great for me. And in advancing, I'm just trying to say that it's a platform for us. Like after winning, we could push ourselves. It's an area that we could develop ourselves as DJs growing up.
Fantastic. So, you know what? Let St. Lucia know why they need to come out and support Green Synergy.
Yeah, well, they should come out to support Heineken Green Synergy, because, this year we'll be having a lot of, eye-opening things coming out, especially, I have my good friend, DJ Swallow. I know he will be coming out hard, We're expecting that, but we're prepared also. So everybody should come out, large numbers, support whichever DJ you feel like. And, 2016, they added a little more money, so, a little more hard work from all DJs because, everybody would want a piece of that. So, yes, everybody should come out because 2016 Heineken Green Synergy will be something on a different level.
All right, so St. Lucia, you heard it straight. Defending champs definitely wants to look out for. Semis are on September 18th. Finals are happening Pigeon Island on the 25th, so make sure you come out. St. Lucia, thank you for waking up with us. I am your host, Chayla Mendez, and you're watching This Morning here on DBS. Now, with me, I have a Caribbean artist, well-known Caribbean artist, but guess what? He is actually St. Lucian. His name is Arnold Tulo, and today we're going to get to know all about him and his work. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm fine. Nice to be here with you, Chayla, on this lovely morning.
And you know what? It's a pleasure having him here, and we have so much talent in St. Lucia, and this is why we are going to make sure we expose St. Lucia to this as well. As I said in the intro, he's well known in the Caribbean, and we want to make sure St. Lucians know of his work. So Arnold, let us know, how exactly did you get into painting?
Well, it goes way back into my childhood. In primary school, as far back as I can remember, I was always very good at drawing and doodling even around on your school books and stuff, and even doing stuff, sculpture with clay, and I would take a little knife, I could whittle a piece of wood and make little animals with it, even from second, third grade on going on. So that talent was always there. And as I moved on into going into high school, early high school, I was already 13, 14 years old, taking part in local drama productions. I was involved in acting, of course. And then there was carving courses I started taking. The drawing courses I didn't really get early, but I would actually just do my drawings and bring them and beg somebody to look, some artists or so, to look at it and tell me what they thought about them. And so that started from there. And then Carnival came, and I started helping to design Carnival costumes with the band houses and stuff.
Now, another little fun fact here, not to steal away from this, but if you're enjoying this background, because I love it, it is so vibrant, this is also a piece by Arnold himself. Now, Arnold, what styles of painting do you actually specialize in?
Well, I call myself a sort of a modern Caribbean artist. So my work is modern Caribbean expressionism on a wider scale. I also, in the late 1990s, I developed a particular technique, which they call it the scratch technique, and where I would be scratching into the surface of the canvas with an ice pick and applying the paint with a used phone card, like the phone cards you get in the phone booth from long ago. So I would be all over Castries, going by the phone boxes, picking up these cards, collecting them, and I would use them like a brush. I would use them to apply my paint, and when the paint is on the canvas, then I would use an ice pick to scratch into it to create a narrative. So that itself is the signature style that you would find even on the internet. You would Google me, and that's where you would see. And through that work, I was invited and featured in Paris, in Sweden, in Austria, and all throughout the Caribbean, in Cuba, Trinidad, Jamaica. Because of that style, I would be chosen out of hundreds of artists to take part in some of these big shows that they organize.
Now, you have some pieces that are on display as well. Tell us about some of your favorite pieces here right now.
Well, most of them are my favorite. Well, on this side over there, you have the woman dancing in Carnival. It's called Last Lap. And it was probably one of these inspired by Carnival this year, because the costumes we did in our time, they were covering the body, and they were more depicting, like Carnival, like Mass for the Ages, and they would depict, the old Roman times, or they would depict old British times and so on. And now the costume concept has become more of an artistic aesthetic that's based on a different concept altogether, and that's coming out of Trinidad. And even Trinidad has its own tradition. And over here you have this painting right here. It's Found Treasures, and it's a special piece of mine where you have like a man and a woman sort of almost kissing, and they actually come out of two coconut trees. And below them there are the two pitons with a moon. So it's 222, and it means that a lot of things exist symbiotically or whatever. A man and a woman, we procreate to make kids. So I use the male and female, I use the two coconut trees as a sort of a balance in nature. And it means that we never survive on our own. We always need an opposite to survive and to move on. So, it's sort of, for me, it embodies togetherness, and it embodies a sense of future, sense of hope.
Now, you know what? Just a quick word here for any young, aspiring artists coming up. What would you share to them?
Well, I have one thing I always tell young artists coming up: read, 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 read. Nowadays, you have the internet. Research on art, research on the styles of art, whether you have abstraction or realism or whatever. Research, because the thing is, when you research, no matter how talented you are, the more knowledge you put in there, is the more you can use your talent.
And St. Lucia, remember, make sure you come out to the Emancipation Art Exhibition, 3rd floor, Blue Coral Building. It's still going on, where you can personally see Arnold's pieces yourself, and also some works by some other artists here.